guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rosie and today I am with Katie, who is PhD with Katie on Instagram, and she also has her own YouTube channel.
Also PhD with Katie, would you believe it?
And today we are going to be answering your questions from Instagram about doing a PhD and academia at both Oxford and Cambridge.
Take my hand and hold it tight.
You guys submitted your questions on Instagram. We jotted them down to kind of compile them and we're gonna go through them, I guess. So I guess first things first, differences, similarities, Oxford and Cambridge.
So I did my undergraduate at Oxford. I did Archaeology and Anthropology, and now I'm a research assistant at Cambridge. So I've seen some of the differences. I've also seen that they're basically the same place. They're the same sorts of people, the same sorts of buildings, a university city. However, Cambridge is smaller. It feels more like, I would say like a holiday town.
Yeah, definitely, I'd say so.
But in terms of compared to Oxford, it's smaller and feels more kind of village lifey, whereas Oxford definitely feels more like, I wouldn't say a city, but like a big town.
Yeah, for sure. I've only visited Cambridge once and obviously I'm here in Oxford every day. Oxford to me seems more bustly with more going on, but Cambridge is definitely more picturesque and definitely prettier, and the colleges I would say overall are prettier in Cambridge. I did my undergraduate at Nottingham, so I have seen the kind of really modern city and then a city like Oxford, and there is a really big stark difference in the kind of university life and architecture and the amount of things going on. I'd say Oxford and Cambridge are kind of in a world of their own in that sense compared to every other uni city.
Yeah. So another thing that is different between both Oxford and Cambridge is the words and the names for things. So Oxbridge already have like their own language almost, but they also differ between the two. So for example, when I was at Oxford, we had a cleaner essentially would come and clean the common areas once a week and would take our bins and
Let's say there now.
essentially. They were called a scout at Oxford. And at Cambridge, they're called a bedder. Which I only learned like last week and I was horrified. I don't know why, I don't know. At some colleges they make the beds.
Okay, I've never heard of that.
And I feel like if you're an adult, you should probably be making your
Your
own
own bed. Another thing that is different is what we call the terms. So at Oxford, you have Michaelmas, Hilary, and then Trinity, which any other uni would be semester 1, semester 2, semester 3. But Cambridge,
I'm gonna have to Google it. So because I'm a research assistant, we kind of don't really go by the terms.
yeah, same as at DPhil level, so they don't actually mean anything to me. But each term has 8 weeks, and at undergrad and masters, they normally mean quite a lot, but at postgrad and research level, they are null and void.
It's Michaelmas, Lent and Easter.
Makes more sense than the Oxford way. Oh, so it's before the term even starts.
Michaelmas is a Christian festival observed in some Western liturgical calendars on the 29th of September. Oh, and the 8th of November.
Wow, that's something new.
The more you know.
Another difference is the way that we punt.
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
For those of you who don't know what punting is, I had no idea before I came to
I'll
Oxford.
insert a clip.
You basically like stand on a big boat and push along. In Oxford, you stand on the dipped end.
And in Cambridge, you stand on like this platformed end. So the boats are the same, and you still drive from the back of the boat, but the boat is the other way around. And it really threw me off the first time I punted in Cambridge.
Basically, overall, they're very similar and
Yes.
don't have that many stark differences. They're all pretty minuscule.
And Cambridge was only founded by people from Oxford, so it would make sense.
What is one thing you love and one thing you would change about Cambridge? And then I'll do the same for Oxford.
One thing I love about Cambridge is the fact that the river is like right there in the town, and I don't know what it is about me. I don't know if it's a general thing, but seeing water kind of makes me feel very relaxed and I feel good. Like I always want to take pictures of it or sit next to it, and in Oxford we do have the river, but it's a bit more separate in that it's kind of, you go there for boathouses and you can walk past it in Christchurch Meadow.
Out the way, yeah.
But in Cambridge it is in between a lot of colleges, and there's bridges over it all the way down. And a lot of the colleges back onto the river. So I'll put some pictures of so these are called the college backs, and it's basically where the back of the college ends up edging onto the river basically. And when you punt, which is another thing I like about Cambridge, you can see the back view of all the colleges from the punts.
That's so nice.
Whereas punting in Oxford is just a circular route, and you only really see Magdalen College School, not even
yeah, that is true, not even the college.
the actual college. So it's just like kids playing cricket.
Yeah, true.
For Cambridge, in terms of something that I want to change, is the libraries at Oxford are so much better.
Really?
There's loads of them, right?
True.
They're everywhere, and you can access.
Do you not have like a bod at Cambridge?
The UL. It's disgusting. It's not like a 16th, 17th century pretty building.
We'll do a comparison on the screen.
Yeah, it's like full on. I'd describe it as some dark industrial tower.
Oh.
You will spend most of your time doing independent, like reading and writing essays, and having more libraries like that you can access. So for example, anyone can go in the law library, I'm pretty sure. Anyone can go in the English library, the social sciences library.
You can get into any library as long as it's not in a college. And even if it is in a college, you just swap your book card out for a temp card and you can. So.
And please correct me if I'm wrong in terms of like the Cambridge library situation. I just haven't come across it being anywhere near as what I enjoyed it being out. So.
Oxford wise, one thing I love is how much of like a community everything is. Everything's relatively close together. You can cross like the main part of the city in like a 10-minute, 15-minute walk, which I actually thought I'd hate at first coming from a bigger city like Nottingham from my undergrad. But it's really nice to be able to just pop anywhere on your lunch break and be able to get there and back within literally 25 minutes, half an hour. And everyone knows everyone. That's such a cliche, but honestly I must bump into like 10, 15 people a day that I know. And that's so nice. One thing I would change would be 1,000,000% the nightlife. I hate it here so much. It is so bad. The nightlife leaves so much to be desired. I think I was spoiled as well before, so coming here is even more of a shock.
I do think the nightlife is better in Oxford than in Cambridge. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope we answered some of your questions, and if you have any more questions, do let me know in the comments or DM me on Instagram, comment on my posts. Whatever you want to do, I'll get on it. Part 2 of this video will be on Katie's channel. So go and watch that second part now, and I will put a link to it both in the description and in the end screen of this video. See you in my next video, everyone. Bye!